In daily life, nail clippers are a familiar item, and almost every house has at least one. It is usually used for the main purpose of cutting nails. But did you know that with just a little creativity, this small nail clipper can bring many unexpected uses? Today, I will share some great tips with nail clippers that you will surely find interesting and useful in many situations. The first tip is to turn the familiar nail clipper into a super convenient phone stand. First, take out the nail clipper, then turn the top cover, that is, the clipper handle, upside down. The small nail file attached to your side is exposed, forming a fixed right angle. At that time, the nail clipper looks like it has a vertical pillar and a support leg behind. Next, you just need to place the phone against the vertical pillar. Surprisingly, the phone can stand firmly, without falling, and you have an extremely compact mini stand. The upside-down clip is the main pillar, and the clipper body below is the balance leg. The advantage of this tip is that it is extremely quick and convenient. You don't need to buy a dedicated phone stand, just a tiny nail clipper in your pocket, and you can prop up your phone to watch videos, make video calls, or read news comfortably. Moreover, because of its compact size, you can carry it with you at any time. Just free your hands to prop up your phone to use. This is definitely an extremely useful tip for those who like simplicity and savings. The second tip is to use nail clippers to quickly peel off the tape. Surely you have encountered a situation where there is a box with the label still intact, or a roll of tape wrapped very tightly, and you can't find a way to open it. Normally, we have to fumble with our fingernails to pry it open, or find scissors, or a box cutter to cut it open. But with just a nail clipper, everything becomes much easier. Most nail clippers come with a file on the side. This file has a sharp tip, often used to clean or scrape nails, and this sharp tip will become the secret weapon to open the tape. You just need to put the sharp tip on the edge of the tape, press lightly and make a cut. The tape will peel off immediately, without having to waste time prying it off bit by bit. The good thing about this tip is that it is quick, safe, and easy to use. The nail file head is not as sharp as a knife, so you can use it with complete peace of mind, without worrying about cutting your hands. In addition, the nail clipper is compact and easy to carry, so in any situation, from opening a postal box to removing a roll of tape at home, you can handle it quickly without needing any other tools. This is a smart way to take advantage that many people certainly have not thought of. The third tip is to use a nail clipper to cut or strip the wire. Normally, to strip the wire, we need wire strippers or a box cutter, but these tools are not always available. With this tip, you only need a small nail clipper. You can temporarily replace it, and it is still very effective. First, remove the clipper handle and pin, revealing the cutting blade inside. Next, place the wire in the correct slot of the clipper blade. Then, squeeze gently. Do not press too hard to avoid cutting the copper core inside. When you finish pressing, gently rotate the wire and pull it out. The outer plastic layer will separate easily, revealing the shiny copper core inside. The advantage of this tip is that it is compact, convenient, and safer than a box cutter. You can use it immediately in urgent situations, such as repairing charging cables, connecting speaker wires, or quickly handling a small piece of electrical wire in the home. The nail clipper has a hard and sharp steel blade, so cutting the plastic shell is very simple, but because the blade area is small, the operation is also easier to control, limiting the risk of cutting into the wire core. Tip 4. We will use a nail clipper to open the screw on the pot lid. Normally, after a long time of use, stainless steel or glass pot lids will be covered with grease and steam, causing the screw holding the handle to loosen or need to be removed for cleaning. At this time, if you do not have a screwdriver at home, it will definitely be difficult to handle. But with a nail clipper, the problem will be solved immediately. In most types of nail clippers, The included file has a sharp and slightly flat tip, similar to a flat screwdriver tip. You just need to use the sharp tip to place it in the groove of the screw on the pot lid, then gently rotate it counterclockwise. Thanks to the hard metal material of the file, the screw will be quickly removed. In case you want to tighten it again, just rotate it clockwise and you're done. The advantage of this tip is that it is extremely convenient and saves time. You don't need to look for a screwdriver of the right size, but with just a compact nail clipper that is always available in the family, you can open the pot lid screw to clean or replace the handle. In particular, the file head is not too sharp, so it ensures safety when operating. Anyone can easily do it without complicated techniques. Tip 5. We will sharpen the nail clippers that have become dull after a long time of use. Normally, after a long time of use, the clippers will no longer be as sharp as before, leading to rough, untidy nail cutting, even causing pain or cracking of the nails. Many people often think that when the nail clippers become dull, the only way is to buy a new one. But in fact, we can completely revive them with an extremely simple tip. First, you prepare a Coke can or any soft drink can. Use a box cutter to carefully cut the can in half, then take out half of the can to use. Note that when cutting, you should wear gloves to avoid being cut by the edge of the can. The mouth of the can is made of thin and hard aluminum, very suitable for sharpening the clipper blade. Next, you open the nail clippers as usual, then put the clipper blade into the mouth of the aluminum can. Just press and press again and again, about 20 to 30 times, so that the clipper blade rubs against the aluminum surface, thereby wearing down the dull parts and making the blade sharper. During the clipping process, you can change the angle and position so that the blade is sharpened evenly on both sides. When you feel that the clipper blade is sharper, test it by cutting your nails or cutting a thin piece of paper. At this point, you will see that the clipper blade is as sharp as new, cutting very neatly and quickly. A small tip is that you can stick a small piece of tape into the gap of the nail clipper before cutting. This way, when clipping, the nail debris will stick to the tape, making cleaning easier without worrying about nails falling everywhere. The advantage of this method is that it is both economical and effective, and extremely easy to do. With just a few minutes and a discarded can, you will have a sharp nail clipper, like new, without having to spend more money to buy another one. So, with just a small nail clipper, we can not only use it to cut nails, but also use it for many other things in daily life. From making a phone stand, peeling off tape, stripping wires, unscrewing pot screws, to sharpening the clipper blade ourselves. These little tips not only help save time and money, but also bring unexpected convenience in daily life. Hopefully, after this video, you will look at the familiar nail clipper with a completely new perspective. If you find it interesting and useful, don't forget to leave a comment, share the video, and support the channel so that I have more motivation to make more interesting tips.